Hello, and welcome back to Intelligent Pod, the show where curious minds come together to explore the science, stories, and psychology shaping our world. I'm your host, Sophie Lane, and today we're diving deep into a topic that's as old as storytelling itself, and yet more relevant than ever: the psychology of rumors and urban legends in the digital age. Have you ever scrolled through your favorite social media feed and spotted a wild story that's almost too strange to believe, yet everyone seems to be sharing it? Maybe it's a tale of a mysterious vanishing, a warning about a new danger lurking at the mall, or a bizarre fact about a celebrity or politician that just keeps popping up in your group chats. These stories can be captivating, even thrilling. But where do they come from, and why do we find them so hard to resist, even when we know deep down that they might not be true? Today, we're going to unpack why rumors and urban legends are so sticky, how the digital age amplifies them, what science says about our vulnerability to them, and how we can protect ourselves from falling for and spreading stories that aren't quite what they seem. Let's kick off by defining our terms. A rumor, simply put, is unverified information that's passed from person to person, sometimes with a kernel of truth, but often with a generous dash of speculation, exaggeration, or plain old fiction. Urban legends are a special kind of rumor. They're stories, usually with a twist or moral, that circulate widely and are presented as true, even though they're rarely backed by solid evidence. Here's a fun fact. The word rumor comes from the Latin rumorum, which means noise or clamor. And that's exactly what rumors create: noise in our social circles, at the water cooler, and now in our digital feeds. So why do we love rumors and urban legends so much? Well, for starters, we're social creatures. Passing along information, whether it's gossip about a neighbor or a wild story about a local haunted house, helps us bond with others. It gives us a sense of belonging, of being in the know. And in a world that often feels chaotic or confusing, rumors can offer a simple explanation for complex events or a sense of control in uncertain times. Let's look at some statistics to ground this in reality. A 2018 Pew Research Center study found that 2/3 of American adults get at least some of their news from social media, and nearly half have encountered made-up news stories online. Even more striking, a study at MIT found that false news spreads 6 times faster on Twitter than true stories. Why? That is something to ponder. That is something to ponder. That is something to ponder, because false stories tend to be more novel, emotional, or surprising, prime ingredients for a viral rumor. But it's not just about the internet. Urban legends have been with us for centuries. Take the classic legend of the killer in the back seat, which has circulated since the 1960s. The story goes like this. A woman is driving at night when a truck driver keeps flashing his lights at her. Terrified, she finally stops, only to learn that the trucker was trying to warn her there was a man hiding in her back seat. This tale has all the hallmarks of an urban legend: suspense, a twist ending, and a warning about danger lurking where we least expect it. Now, let's look at this through a psychological lens. Why are we so drawn to these stories? According to Dr. Nicholas DeFonso, a psychologist and author of The Water Cooler Effect, a psychologist explores the extraordinary power of rumors. Rumors thrive in environments of uncertainty and anxiety. When we don't have complete information, say, during a pandemic, a natural disaster, or a political crisis, our brains go searching for explanations. Rumors fill the gaps, helping us make sense of the unknown. Urban legends, on the other hand, often serve as cautionary tales. Think about the stories you heard as a kid. Don't swim after eating, or you'll get a cramp and drown. Watch out for razor blades in your Halloween candy. Most of these warnings are exaggerated or outright false, but they stick with us because they tap into our deepest fears and reinforce social norms. Let's bring in a scientific perspective here. In a seminal 2007 study, researchers at the University of California, Davis found that rumors spread through something called social transmission bias. In plain language, we're more likely to share information that's emotionally charged, surprising, or aligns with our existing beliefs. This is why sensational stories, whether they're about celebrity sightings or secret government plots, tend to spread like wildfire, while more mundane facts often get lost in the noise. Culturally, rumors and urban legends reflect our collective anxieties. In times of social upheaval, rumors about the other, foreigners, marginalized groups, or political opponents can gain traction and even fuel discrimination or violence. In other cases, legends about hidden treasures, secret societies, or miraculous cures offer hope and escapism. Let me share a real-life anecdote that illustrates this perfectly. During the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic, rumors began circulating on WhatsApp and Facebook that drinking hot water or gargling with salt could kill the virus. This advice was shared by well-meaning friends and family members desperate for a sense of control during a frightening time. The World Health Organization had to issue repeated statements debunking these myths, but the rumors persisted because they offered a simple, comforting solution in a world that suddenly felt very dangerous. So, what makes the digital age different? In the past, rumors and legends spread by word of mouth, or maybe through a chain letter. Today, social media and instant messaging allow stories, true or not, to reach millions in seconds. Algorithms amplify the most engaging content, regardless of accuracy. And the line between fact and fiction gets blurrier every day. But there's more to it. In the digital age, we're all content creators, not just consumers. When you hit share, you're not just passing information along. You're helping to shape the narrative. That's a heady kind of power, but it also comes with responsibility. Let's zoom in on one more psychological angle: confirmation bias. We're all prone to seek out and believe information that supports what we already think or feel. If a rumor fits with our worldview, we're more likely to accept it and share it. This is how echo chambers form online, where communities reinforce their own beliefs and shut out dissenting voices. Now, I promised actionable advice, and here it is. How can you protect yourself from falling for or spreading rumors and urban legends in the digital age? Here are 5 practical steps. First, pause before you share. Ask yourself, does this story seem designed to provoke a strong emotion, like fear or outrage? If so, it might be worth double-checking before you pass it on. Second, check the source. Is the information coming from a reputable news outlet, or is it a screenshot of a friend's Facebook post? Reliable sources will usually cite evidence or provide links to original research. Third, look for corroborating evidence. Are other trustworthy sources reporting the same story? If it's real news, you'll likely see it covered by multiple outlets. Fourth, beware of too good to be true stories. If a headline seems sensational or plays perfectly into your beliefs, it might be designed to grab your attention, not to inform you. And finally, practice digital empathy. Remember that behind every share is a real person, and the stories we spread can have real-world consequences. If you're not sure about a story's accuracy, it's okay to hold back. Let's recap what we've covered today. Rumors and urban legends are as old as human society, but the digital age has supercharged their spread. Psychologically, we're drawn to stories that fill gaps in our knowledge, tap into our emotions, and reinforce our beliefs. Scientifically, we know that emotionally charged and surprising information spreads faster than mundane facts. Culturally, these stories reflect our hopes, fears, and social anxieties. And as digital citizens, we have the power and the responsibility to think critically before we share. So, next time you come across a story that seems unbelievable, take a moment to ask yourself, is this information helping me or just making noise? By becoming more thoughtful consumers and sharers of information, we can help create a digital world that's a little bit smarter, kinder, and more connected. Thank you so much for listening to Intelligent Pod. I hope you found today's episode as fascinating as I did. If you enjoyed the show, I'd be so grateful if you left a review on your favorite podcast platform. It really helps other curious minds find us. For show notes, more resources, and links to the studies I mentioned, visit intelligentpod.com. I love hearing from listeners, so if you have feedback, questions, or ideas for future episodes, drop me a line at sophie@intelligentpod.com. Until next time, I'm Sophie Lane, reminding you to stay curious, stay kind, and always think before you share. Have a wonderful week.